Hello, Bio 100 students. Now that we are into week 2, I thought I would touch base with you to address some of your concerns about how to best prepare for this class. First, I have to say I've really enjoyed reading The Two Truths and a Lie from all of you. And at the end of this week, I want everyone to go in and edit your thread to reveal which is your lie. And then look at all of the people who guessed on yours and your stats. And if anybody got over 80%, message me on Blackboard to let me know what your percent incorrect. So when you edit, reveal your lie and say what percent of people were incorrect in guessing. And whoever has the most incorrect, I will give some extra credit points too. Usually I bring a treat from San Diego for the biggest liar or the best liar in Bio 100. Since I'm not coming this semester, I guess we'll just have to suffice with extra credit points, which are always nice. Okay, from the personal reflections that you guys have written, I've read every single one of them and I tried to write back to all of you. It seems to me there are two major concerns. One is learning biology and English. And of course, this is not an easy task. The advantage that you have, and I would say the advantage most of you have over the students who we get at SDSU main campus, the advantage is that from what I can gather, the biology program in high school in Georgia is very rigorous. So I found in the spring that most of the Georgian students came with a very strong background in biology. And so this course was really just a matter of learning the concepts in English and how to talk about them in English. Luckily, most of the terminology, or a lot of it, is based on Latin roots. And so I'm presuming you learned those words in Georgian and it's kind of similar. That aside, it's not an easy task, and I am in awe of all of you that you have taken on doing your education in English and your non-native tongue. It's really quite a feat. You should all be very proud of yourselves. The other thing is people were concerned with this being an online course, and luckily you were having a lab this semester for the first time with Magda, and I'm sure that's going to be fabulous. I really think that face-to-face is much more fun and dynamic and interactive for learning anything, really. But I've tried to weave in some places into this course to make it more interactive with me and you with each other, so that it doesn't feel so impersonal and sterile. And the group projects are part of that. Part of that, of course, is these little introductory things that we've been doing. But as far as studying for the course, what I recommend, and this is what I would tell you if you were here in San Diego too, is I suggest that you read the chapter material and answer the questions, homework questions, and then go back and look for my lecture videos and slides in Top Hat, and I'm not in Top Hat, sorry, in Blackboard, and look at those. And I would look at all the crash course videos because Hank Green is phenomenal. And I would, when you go through the chapter, I would have a notebook and I would make notes, make an outline, and add to that from things that I say in the lectures. And I think then you will have a good study guide for yourself. So when it comes time to reviewing for quizzes or the final, which will be in person, the quizzes will be online, the final you're going to have to show up for. I think you will have a good outline for studying. And there's a lot of educational research that shows that the act of writing something down actually helps you remember. I highly recommend you do that. Pay attention to the calendar, because you have every week, you have some kind of little assignment on Blackboard. And you will quickly find out that my philosophy for this course, because it's a non-science majors course, is not so much to see how many factoids I can press into your brain and you can regurgitate back out to me. But what I really want is to kind of weave my way inside your brains to get you to start thinking like a biologist. And I don't mean I want you all to switch majors, but I want you to look at the world around you and notice things. I want you to appreciate your environment and your food supply and issues such as healthcare, and be conversant in talking about these issues that are important for everyone in society, because all of you represent, the educated or soon to be educated in your society, and you have a strong voice, and you should make that voice heard. And this is why you'll notice we're going to have these discussion boards, and the first one was just a fun thing, but we're going to talk about issues that are current issues that affect legislation and things that all of you should be able to have an opinion on, that affect all of you. And in my mind, they're all related to biology. So that is a large part of what I want you to get out of the course. Of course, there's still things you're going to have to know and spit back to me, but I've designed the course such that up until the final, you have a lot of opportunities to have like almost full credit on things, and the final's not a very big percent. I've given you spaces to like experience and learn about biology in ways beyond just memorizing facts, and hopefully that will appeal to some of you. Maybe it's not going to seem rigorous enough. I know they really overload you with your schedules. If you need it to be harder, you can always go take the biology for science majors. All right, I want to talk about Top Hat quickly, and I am doing a screen capture here. So I'm going to, this is your homepage, I'm going to look over at Top Hat. This is what it looks like for me. I don't know how to get a student view for you, but some people, or one person, emailed me and said that everything was on review and they couldn't get to it. So make sure you are in our course and you've joined with our course code. And if, as you see over here, so this is chapter 1, biology, and it's set as homework, and the homework is due on September 25th. And after that, you can't go back and do the homework. It's just review. So you really need to keep up with the material. The homework, some people said I couldn't find the homework. For the first few chapters, to make it easy on you, I'm just scrolling through instead of going into full screen. Let me scroll through. It goes through the material. I want to point out again, before I make us all motion sick, that in certain places I've embedded links to the Crash Course Biology, and you can also find those in the video chapter. I really recommend you look at those, look at them over and over. They're great. They're hilarious. They're interesting. And these OpenStax links here are also really great. They show animated things, and it might appeal to how some of you learn. Okay. I'm looking for homework. Okay. So as you see here, actually I am going to go into full screen. There's content, stuff you need to read, and then it comes up to embedded in here, homework question 1. And this question here is homework question chapter 1, number 1, and you choose an answer, and that gets recorded. And then you read some more about another concept, and then there's another homework question. So these questions, if it says homework question, that is a homework question. Those are the questions you need to answer. For the first few chapters, the homework questions are all embedded here in the middle of your reading. So it probably doesn't even feel like actual homework. Let me get rid of that. And okay, now, and that's the case for the first few chapters. But when we get to later chapters, let me go to chapter 4 as an example. The later chapters, I don't have the homework embedded in the middle of the text. rather, I'm scrolling down this. You see it's all content. And then at the end of the chapter, you will find, once I get down there, you will find key terms. Know the key terms. If you're a person who likes to make flashcards and write the term with the definition on the back, that's a great idea. After key terms, you will find reviews, homework questions. You see it here bold, question 4.1. And then there are a number of homework questions that you answer here inside Top Hat. I hope this clears that up for you. I know some people were confused about where they needed to go to find the homework. And the homework is literally that easy. It's either embedded in the chapter or it's at the end of the chapter in Top Hat. And it's designed so that you read and you go through and you answer it. And if you answer incorrectly, it gives you a second chance. So you know if it's wrong. And then the thought is you go back and you reread that material so that you really learn it. And then you can come and answer the question again. My goal is for you to learn it, not to try to trick you and squeeze you and have you not get points. I want you to learn it and get the points. Okay, I think that's all I needed to say about Top Hat. I wanted to address that. I also want to say that starting on the next discussion board, we're going to be talking about some current events and current topics, such as genetically modified food and using gene editing technology. And I really want this to be a space where you guys start having a conversation about these important issues. Feel free to comment on as many threads and answer as many questions as you can with each other. You can post links to data that you've researched. You can respectfully disagree and argue with each other, but keep it respectful. You know, we're having intellectual arguments here, so we need to be intelligent about it and courteous. The other thing I wanted to mention was signing up for the groups. And so you've been randomly assigned to some groups. I'm here on Blackboard. And let me see, groups for projects, if it's here. On the groups for projects, you've been assigned to a group for a bioinformatics project and one other project. So there are multiple pages for these. They're all numbered. Bioinformatics, and then here, semester group project. On the semester group projects, that's where you can choose your own group. And this is really important to me because I want you to spend some time thinking about something that interests you. So on the semester projects, you can sign up yourself. And I'm going to switch this over to student view if I can very quickly. I apologize for the wait. Okay. You'll see all these groups and it'll say what you are enrolled in, but then hope nobody gets motion sick. I'm going to scroll down to where it starts saying semester group projects. Now, and so this is group 1, group 10, group 11. I apologize for the order. It automatically positions them in numerical order. So 10 comes after 1 and before 2. But they're numbered, and you can click on view the sign up sheet to join it, and this will take you to a sign up for all the groups actually. And what you'll see is this is project group 1, and there is Sergey's the only person who signed up for that, and there are 5 people allowed. If you wanted to join that group, you could click sign up and join with him. Here is a group of 4 people who probably wanted to be in a group together, so they all went and signed up for group 10, and you just sign up there. They could take one more person. If there are already a number of people in the group, then you might want to email them or text them and say, hey, do you mind if I join your group? Because I said you could have 4. They might want to just work by themselves. I want you to organize your groups over the next week or so, because soon after that, in another few weeks, you need to tell me what topic you want to work on, and I have to approve the topic. So that reporting the topic is going to come up as an assignment that you will see assigned to your group. hope that clears things up. And I will have Zoom office hours this